As we predicted, Netanyahu is preparing to start a new war in Lebanon. I was personally expecting it to begin much earlier, but it obviously will start before the American elections. Netanyahu has been trying to manipulate the US since the beginning of the war in Palestine, and this is his best opportunity to do so while the US is in a vulnerable position. The reason he wants to expand the war is the same as Zelensky's reason for continuing the war in Ukraine, to save himself. Once the war ends in Israel, Netanyahu will have to face the consequences of his actions. This is why he plays with the lives of millions of people in the region. Another reason why he started another war is to shift focus from a not-so-successful operation in Gaza, which is still ongoing, and Israel has not destroyed Hamas yet. The only result of Netanyahu's action is that he has caused a genocide that is already backfiring on Israel's foreign policy. So he wants to continue the war, but not in Palestine. Instead, Israel is shifting military efforts north, and the new phase of the war begins, according to Defense Minister Yoav Gallant's statement after the second day of explosions in Lebanon caused by Israel's Mossad intelligence agency. Mossad planted explosives in thousands of Hezbollah's pager batteries and then remotely raised their temperature to cause them to explode in Lebanon, according to the Times of Israel. According to recent data, more than 4,000 people were injured by explosions of communications devices in Lebanon. The next day, kitchen appliances, solar panels, electronic locks, cars and scooters, basically anything with batteries, started exploding all over Beirut, Lebanon, including iPhones, according to some reports. 450 were injured and 14 were killed by radio explosions in Lebanon, according to Al Mayadeen TV, while Mossad carried out explosions all over the city. These operations show the power of Mossad and raise questions about its ethics. If we look at the wider picture, we have witnessed a terrorist attack that harmed many ordinary people. Hospitals are filled with people. It's a violation of international law. The West remains silent and the UN has expressed concern. Imagine what will happen if Russia or China conducted such operations in Ukraine or Taiwan. The US and its allies in Europe would protest loudly about authoritarianism destroying democracy. However, since this scenario involves a Western country, especially Israel, the West will turn a blind eye to it. Only Western countries can start wars, kill innocent civilians, and destroy millions of lives because they do so for democracy. Others do so because they are evil. Nevertheless, Israel National News reports Israel's General Staff approves a plan for an attack on Lebanon at an emergency meeting. The Israeli General Staff approved a plan for defense and offenses in the northern sector, where Lebanon is located, according to the Chief of Staff of the Israel Defense Force. He noted that 2 stages were already prepared, and the cost for Hezbollah will be high in each stage. Until new elections in Israel in 2 more years, Netanyahu will continue to destroy and endanger the lives of millions in the region, unless he initiates a war with Iran. Then everyone's lives are in danger.